So you've become a business owner, whether that's in dropshipping, general e-commerce, or selling on eBay, Etsy, or Amazon, and you're making sales. Firstly, congratulations, you're making sales, and there's no better feeling than that sound on Shopify when you get that first sale, and when they keep coming in, it's even better. So you've never felt better, and then you get a notification. Customer A has sent you a message about order number XYZ. You open up the notification and it's a complaint. You are going to get complaints. There's no easy way around it. You will get them whether it's your fault, the shipping company, the supplier. You will get complaints. Sometimes the customer will be really difficult. Sometimes they won't be. Sometimes they'll be perfectly pleasant and they just want to know where their order is. But you are going to get these customer service emails and you are going to get complaints. But don't worry, I'm going to go through a full guide on how to approach these in the most effective and efficient way possible, just in time for Q4. So let's get straight into it. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's go. Number one is to stay calm. Don't retaliate. Now, respond politely even when they are insulting you personally. If a customer insults you, then just kill them with kindness, basically. Thank you for your message. Firstly, I'd like to say that we appreciate your purchase, etc., etc. That's the best way to respond to those kind of insults, shall I say. Number two is that the customer is always right. Well, we all know that that's not the case, but we don't tell them that to their face, that they're wrong. So we don't explicitly tell them that they're in the wrong. And if they're saying something that is not true, we can politely say, we understand your frustration. We are in fact improving this by XYZ, or we are in fact aware of this issue. This is why we've done XYZ. And you can approach it that way. Number three is solutions. Now let them know that you are going to resolve the issue, that you will resolve the issue. Now if the problem is that the item has been lost in the post, you can say that you're chasing it, you're making it your first priority, and if you don't get a response in the next 48 hours, you'll send another item out, issue a refund, and give them the option. Giving them the option or giving them the choice, if they've received the wrong color item, for example, you can ask for them to return it, or for you to ship out another one and then just pay like a discounted price or refund a certain percentage, and then they keep the current item. Now it gives them an option. Most customers appreciate this because it means that they've got a bit of choice, and they will typically be more relaxed if they've made the choice themselves. They'll be more happy with the choice if it's not forced upon them. The fourth thing you need to do is to promise to investigate the issue and resolve the matter for future references. So for example, going with the wrong color example, I'd like to say, I'm really sorry, the problem is due to this, and to prevent this from happening in the future, we have updated our system so this won't happen again. Now, things like this are really appreciative to the customer because they know that it's not going to affect or impact anyone else, and if they are to order again, then they know that you have solved the issue and that you're working to resolve the issues going forward. This is good for repeat purchases because sometimes a complaint could be the end of that business customer relationship. Whereas if you're telling them that you're working to solve the problem, or you have solved it, so it's going to prevent it in the future, which is definitely something you should be doing to stay proactive and on top of things, then it will make them more likely to repeat purchase and continue that business customer relationship. So we're going to go over some typical actions for scenarios. So for example, damaged item is received. You ask for the photo for your file, just ask for a photo for your reference, and offer to send a new one out or issue a full refund. That's typically the response depending on your refund policy, which definitely should be updated if you're using Etsy or Shopify or Amazon or things like that. Another example is receiving the wrong product. So in the first instance, just apologize. If it's the wrong variation, try and convince them to keep the item either for a discounted price or a discount for future purchases, or offer a discounted refund. If the customer is particularly miffed about it and frustrated and demands the right item, consider throwing in a free gift, preferably one at a low cost. For example, when I had a pet store, if something went wrong, I would send them a free set of tug toys that literally just cost me less than £1 or £2, and it would make them really happy. And again, it's about continuing and keeping that loyalty and kind of that brand awareness and that brand relationship between the business and the customer. In terms of the actions that should prevent any negative feedback on your store, because at the end of the day, that's the aim, because negative feedback, negative reviews is going to damage that relationship for visitors and people who are potentially going to be customers. If they see a bad review, that's it. Sometimes there's no going back. That's all they need to stop the purchase. So there are things that you can do to minimize complaints, and we'll go through the list now. So the first one is top-notch customer service, basically doing the things that we've just talked about. And the second one is making all the info accessible, either through an FAQ page or through an order confirmation email. Make sure that they know how to track their order. Make sure they know how to contact you and get information, and make sure that they know where the information already is. For example, on an order confirmation page, if you have any questions, please, in the first instance, view our FAQ page, and our live chat is open Monday to Friday, 9 till 6, for example. The next thing you can do is provide detailed product descriptions. Now, this is something I go on about quite a lot, but the material, the size, dimensions, make sure that's all correct, because these are all things that could lead to complaints if you're including the wrong information. Don't accept high-risk orders. If you're processing through Shopify, I think Amazon have it as well, where they will kind of give you a warning if it's a high-risk order, or maybe a fraudulent order, or originating from a high-risk jurisdiction. Just bear that in mind and don't accept it. You're under no obligation to accept any orders. You can decline and you can just refund before either accepting the payment. You can just reject the payment, or if you've accepted the payment, you can then decline the order and then refund the customer. The next thing, which I kind of touched on, was just provide tracking information. Now, make sure this is done in an order confirmation email or a couple of days after the order confirmation email. If you're selling on Etsy, then you have to do this manually. Just make sure you are doing it as soon as you have that tracking info. Make sure you're plopping it into the Etsy form, just so that they know, they get a notification and they can track it themselves. Because 9 times out of 10, the emails that you're receiving, if you're not including the tracking information, are going to be, where's my order? Can I get an update? If you're including that tracking information, you're basically getting rid of 90% of your emails from customers, saving you time, saving them time, keeping them happy, and it's just more efficient and more effective. Final notes: respond promptly, be kind, and be calm, and you'll be absolutely fine. Remember that Q4, so October, November, December, if you're already preparing for it, or if we're in it now, then do check out my How to Prepare for Q4 video. But remember that Q4 is a stressful period for consumers, for customers, especially now with the cost of living going up and with general prices going up as well with inflation. People are stressful. If they're spending their money, they want to know that they're receiving the item. They want to know the quality of the item is worth it. So just bear that in mind. You are going to get emails, you are going to get complaints. Some are going to be quite intense, and you just need to be able to deal with it in a calm manner. Be kind, and just respond promptly. Make sure that they have the information. I hope you found value in this video. If you want any templates or a more in-depth guide, then do let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do. I can always include like a Google form or something like that. But yeah, if you like the video, then press the like button and subscribe to the channel, because I post every week. Thanks ever so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.